How do I build an effective prospecting plan? In this video, I'm going to walk you through 8 questions that you need to ask yourself about your prospecting plan. My name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. I wrote the book, High Profit Prospecting. Hey, if you like this video, I want you to click subscribe because every Monday I put out a new video on prospecting. Okay, let's dig into these 8 questions because here's the thing. The solution may not be you got to go out and buy some sort of software package. The solution might not be I got to completely redo everything I'm doing. The solution, more often than not, is merely making a few changes to what you're already doing. Now, you say, I don't have a prospecting plan. I get it. These 8 questions are going to help you build your prospecting plan. Let's dig into them. First question. What is it about my prospecting plan, my prospecting process that is compelling to my prospects? Now think about this for a moment. Is what you're prospecting all about you or is it about the prospect? You see, this comes down to the questions you're asking. How quickly are you engaging your prospects in their needs, in their challenges? Or are you making prospecting calls and sending out emails that are all about you? 2, does my prospecting process result in the customer having false expectations that I can't deliver? Here's one of the challenges, and this comes up and comes back to haunt you in several different ways. 1, it's because you're prospecting people that do not fit your ideal customer profile. You see, when you go and prospect people who are not your ideal customer profile, and I'm going to get into that here in just a bit, what happens is you wind up making claims, you wind up making statements that you can't deliver on. And what does that mean? You wind up forcing yourself to close deals by making commitments that you can't deliver. And how does this show up? You're not getting referrals. You're not getting repeat. And you wind up having to do additional work after the sale to satisfy the customer. Think about that for a moment. Question number 3, is my prospecting process focused more on sharing with the customer what I have to offer? Or is it focused on finding out what they're looking for? This ties into the first question there that I asked. Ask yourself this simple thing. When is it that I find out the good information from the prospect? Is it on the first call? Is it on the third call? Where is it? What I want to be doing is I want to be focused on finding out better information faster. So what does this mean? I want you to be looking at the questions you're asking. What are the questions you're asking? How much time am I spending talking? How much time is the prospect spending talking? The whole challenge is this. You want to be talking as little as possible because you're not going to find out anything from the prospect if you're doing the talking. Number 4, is my prospecting process segmented enough to allow me to uncover customer needs that are unique to each ideal customer profile? Whoa, head spinner. Let me break this down for you. See, I want you to have an ideal customer profile. What does this mean? Ask yourself, who are the customers that you satisfy, that you serve the best? Okay. Look at your existing customers. Okay. Now, here's what you're going to find. You're going to find, for instance, customers that maybe are in one industry and customers in another industry. Well, guess what? That probably means I've got to have a different process. You may have customers that buy what you sell, either the product or the service, and use it one way. And you may have others that use it some other way. Well, guess what? I probably have to have a different process with which to reach them. You see, what I want you to do is I want you to create 3 to 4 ideal customer profiles. And you're going to segmentize. You're going to put these into segments. And what does this mean? That you're going to have different questions that you're going to ask each one of these groups. You may have a different frequency with which you reach out to them. Because if one segment is comprised of people who buy every day, every week, every day, every week from you, you may be calling them, a couple times a week. You may have other people that are buying from you and they make it a capital expenditure and they only buy certain times of the year. See, so you're going to segment. This allows you to be much more efficient with your time. Next question. How does the customer see me and how can I help them? Now think about this for a moment. You see, what do customers say about you? You see, this is so key because are you having to spend all of your time prospecting, overcoming barriers with them? You see, what are they saying about you? Now, the way you find out about this is very simple. Ask your customers, what are they saying about you? This is also going to show up in the number of referrals and repeat business you're getting. If you're not getting referrals, think about this for a moment. Customers may not have a good opinion of you if you are getting referrals. And see, here's the whole thing. What are they saying about them? What are they saying about you? Because what they're saying about you is going to help you understand how much of your time do you have to spend during the prospecting phase educating them and really creating competence with them about you versus getting into really helping them solve their challenge or their need. Very key, critical question to answer, because this is going to allow you to really reduce the amount of time you have to spend prospecting, because you're going to be able to move them from lead to customer much, much faster. Number 6, how long does it take for a lead or a prospect to have confidence in me? This is key. This is a metric I want you to measure. Metric, how do you measure this? You measure this by when does the prospect begin sharing with you confidential, what I call proprietary information. Now think about this for a moment. Nobody's going to share with you confidential or proprietary information unless they have confidence in you. And see, here's the whole thing. I never want to put a price on the table. I never want to put an offer on the table until they have confidence in me. You see, so my whole objective in prospecting is to, yes, I want to get the sale, but one of the steps I go through is by having them create confidence in me. And oh, by the way, you know what's interesting? The more confidence they have in me, the more confidence I'll have in them. Key metric. Number 7, is my prospecting process effective enough to help me reduce the amount of time I spend negotiating with customers? Yeah, you see, here's what I find. The more I have to negotiate with a customer to close them, what does this tell me? This tells me one very simple thing. I'm not doing a good job prospecting. I'm either prospecting people who are outside of my lane. In other words, I'm going after people who do not have my ideal customer profile, or I'm not spending enough time creating a level of confidence. You see, because what I find is this: the higher the degree of confidence the customer has with me, the less negotiating I do. And you develop confidence not during the negotiating phase. You develop confidence during the prospecting phase. Last question. Is it taking me less time to convert a lead into a customer this year than it did last year? Whoa, head spinner. Yeah, because here's the whole thing. I want to be continually shortening the time it takes to move from lead to customer. Now, how am I going about doing this? Because I'm continually examining the ideal customer profile I'm going after. And as the more I examine that ideal customer profile, and I take the time to really continue to refine the questions I'm asking and the engagement, and remember, answering the previous 7 questions, you know what will happen? You will wind up shortening your prospecting process. You see, these are 8 things. They're all spelled below. I want you to be subscribing to this entire series. I put a new video out every Monday. I want you to email me if you have any questions, anything whatsoever. Put a comment down there. I want to reach out to you. I want to help you, because my whole objective is to help you. And also, hey, hit down below, because I have an ebook, 50 Prospecting Truths, that I want to send you. Just hit the link down there in description. Hey, my name's Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. I wrote the book, High Profit Prospecting. If you haven't read it, I suggest you read it, because this content I just shared with you comes right out of that book. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Subscribe, download the ebook, grab the book, call me if you have any questions. Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.